When Walter Rodney published How Europe Underdeveloped Africa in 1972, he gave Africa one of the most powerful historical arguments of the 20th century. Rodney's argument was not simply that Europe came to Africa, took a few things and left. No, it was deeper than that. What Walter Rodney was saying was that Africa's poverty and Europe's wealth were not two separate stories. They were connected. Europe did not rise in isolation as a continent, while Africa just happened to fall behind. The rise of Europe as a developed continent was tied to a global system that drained African labor, African resources, African markets, and African wealth. So today I want to flip the question. What Walter Rodney asked was, how did Europe underdevelop Africa? But if we follow his argument carefully, another question appears. That's how did Africa develop Europe? Now, let's be clear from the beginning. This is not to say that Africa alone built Europe. Europe had its own internal changes. Science, industry, banking, wars, political revolutions, and technological innovations. Those things are not up for debate. But the truth is that Europe's development as a continent cannot be explained without Africa. For centuries, Africa was not just a place Europe looked at from a distance. Africa became a source of labor, a source of raw materials, a source of market networks, a source of land, a source of taxes, and a source of cultural treasures. And in this series of how Africa developed Europe, I'm going to show you 5 major ways by which Africa developed Europe, not through partnership or equal exchange of raw materials, but through systems of extraction that moved African wealth into European powers. Follow this page and turn on notifications because the rest of the series will appear right here on your feed.